Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the channel. I'm Cheryl, and this is True Crime and Other Stuff. Thanks for being here, where I like to bring you the facts about true crime, the missing, current events, or anything I find interesting or important. Today, we're going to watch some videos on the Maddie Soto case. The first one is the body cam when they waited for 3 hours for the police to arrive. Well, yeah, it is pretty sucks that they had to wait 3 hours, but they did catch the I don't even know what to call him. What's the worst name that you could think of? That's what Stephen Stearns is. So we're going to watch the body cam video, and then we're going to watch another video that I haven't watched yet. So here we go. I've I have watched the body cam video. So here we go. We're going to watch the body cam video.
It looked like 6.
5 or 6 kids at the park. All right, give me a second, bro.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Let me finish up with this and I'll give you a call.
Are you able to pick up call 931, please?
I'm currently working possible signal lake. Can I hold off on that?
Is that from the other one?
26. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Do they speak English?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
This is mom.
This is mom? Okay. Hi there.
Hey there.
Hey there. What's going on?
So my daughter was dropped off close to school this morning, but never.
She goes right into that spiel thing that she says in every interview. So my daughter was dropped off every time, even when she got interrupted with that food dog animal tray thing. And she went back and started all over. It's like a rehearsal. Okay, let's listen to what she has to say.
Made it. I went to pick her up from school.
I'm sorry, one second.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Are we looking for another kid or we have a kid?
Looking for another one.
Good,
Alright,
police
so
officer
people are
just
still
showed
on
up,
scene.
so he's
Let's
gonna
put
start
that out
taking some
in the
information.
possible location. How old?
13.
I'm trying to get there right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Alright,
So she was supposed to be dropped off at school, didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out. They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here because sometimes she'll walk here to this office.
Mm-hmm.
I came here, nothing. I went back to the school, they were closed. I got a notice, an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher, and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
So she never made it.
Okay. What's her name?
Madeline. Madeline.
Madeline. Last name?
Soto. Soto.
Soto.
Yeah.
Date of birth?
February 22nd, 2011.
February 27, 2000.
22nd,
Oh, sorry. 22nd,
2011.
2011.
Just had her 13th birthday.
13.
1418 Charlie 405. What's the name of the signal aid?
Madeline Soto, age 13. I'm trying to get a clothing description. I'm currently working.
Did he just say she just turned 13 and now I lost my spot? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Oh Lord.
Hey there. What's going on?
So my daughter was dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it. I went to pick her up from school.
I'm sorry, one second.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Are we looking for another kid or we have a kid?
looking for another one.
Looking for another kid. Oh, and I'm having a
Yeah.
thunderstorm. I have to mute
She wants
this.
to
Put that out
take some
in the
information.
household location. How old?
I'm trying to get that right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
So she was supposed to be dropped off at school, didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out. They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here, because sometimes she'll walk here to this office.
Mm-hmm.
I came here, nothing. I went back to the school, they were closed. I got an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher, and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
So she never made it.
Okay. What's her name?
Madeline, Madeline,
Madeline. Last name?
Soto, Soto.
Soto.
Yeah.
Date of birth?
February 22nd, 2011.
February 27, 2000.
22nd,
Oh, sorry. 22nd,
2011.
2011.
Just had her 13th birthday.
1418
13.
Charlie Worldwide. What's the name of the single aid?
She
Madeline
just turned
Soto,
13.
age 13. I'm trying to get a clothing description now. What was she last seen wearing?
County Charlie Worldwide. People hit my call 931 is the same call.
Green hoodie,
Green hoodie,
white Crocs,
white Crocs,
either blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Black shorts.
Yeah.
black shorts. Okay, black shorts. All right. Do you know if she has like friends in the area?
Ugh, why is
She
he
does, but she
answering?
doesn't know where they live.
She doesn't know where they live. Okay.
How does mom
I
know
asked
what
all
she
of
was
them.
wearing if she didn't see her? Wait a minute.
Is this like? Does she like have any places that you guys know that she'll usually be at? Any friend's house? Any places that like she likes to hang out?
Not typically, no.
No.
Not typically.
No.
Okay. Just give me 1 second. Let me see if I get some.
Thank you.
No problem. And what school she goes to?
Hunters Creek Middle School.
Hunters Creek Middle. All right, cool. 125. Do you guys have? Do you have a picture of her? Can you airdrop it to me?
Yeah, I know. Let me see which picture. I don't know which picture.
She can't find a picture for a long ass time, and then she's like,
Yeah, but
"Do
I
you
was
need a
here.
full body picture?" Ooh, who asked that? But mm-mm, mm-mm. No.
Go ahead. That's what I'm about to grab right now. Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you.
Is this a good enough picture, or do you need a whole
Yeah,
body
that's
picture?
perfect.
Okay. How do I airdrop? I don't know how to do it.
I got you. Okay, where's the photo? Right there.
It's on WhatsApp.
That's fine. This is it.
I saved it to my photos, so you could go.
You saved it to your photos?
Yeah, we could just
Perfect.
go straight to the photos.
Okay, perfect. Give me a second.
Got it?
I'm gonna send it out right now to my other guys.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, so that's the end of that video. We're gonna watch this video that I haven't watched yet, so okay, we'll see.
Man accused of sexually abusing and murdering 13-year-old Maddie Soto. Thanks for joining me for Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. The state attorney for Osceola and Orange County has announced that he plans to seek the death penalty against Stefan Stearns, the man who had dated Maddie Soto's mother, Jen Soto, for years. Maddie had just celebrated her 13th birthday when she was reported missing. To seek the death penalty, the prosecutor has to feel that there are aggravating factors. It's the law. And the state attorney says there are several in this case, which I'll get to in just a minute. You'll recall that Maddie's mom, Jen Soto, reported her missing on the evening of February 26th. Jen Soto said Maddie didn't come out of school when she went to pick her up that day.
Supposed to be dropped off at school, didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out. They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here, because sometimes she'll walk here to this office. I came here, nothing. I went back to the school, they were closed. I got an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher, and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
So she never made it.
Okay, what's her name?
Madeline. Madeline.
Madeline. Last name?
Soto. Soto.
Soto?
Yeah.
The entire time you saw Stefan Stearns standing next to Jen Soto during that interaction with the Orange County Sheriff's deputy at the tax office. That was back on the evening of February 26th. Deputies then launched searches for Maddie using
Yes, it
canines
makes me
that
want
very
to
night.
puke.
It's gonna be hard to tell whether she went left or right.
Yeah.
But
That
I
guy's
don't know if she was
horrible.
trying to walk back home on her own or if she was trying to go to her friend's house.
Probably the most I'll say is she would walk back to the grandmother's job. Her grandmother's job is further straight that way. So that's probably like the only way.
Yeah. But the grandmother never saw her.
Grandmother said she never saw her.
Unfortunately, the dog didn't pick up Maddie's scent because deputies would later say she was never at the church.
Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off on the morning of February 26th near her school. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time and that Stefan Stearns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day.
Stefan Stearns had told detectives the morning after Maddie was reported missing that he had dropped her off for school early near a church.
She's got this phase that she's been into lately where she's very particular about what car she's seen getting out of in front of the school. She prefers her mom's car, but my cars are, I guess, kind of hoopties. I get it. It's an image thing. But that was sometime probably between 8:20 and 8:40-ish. Somewhere in there. It was along the stretch of the road that on the right side that has all the communities on it before you get to the overpass. You could see the overpass from where it was. So it was on that side, on that stretch of road, and that's where I dropped her off. She said she was going to go wait for her friends. She was going to find them and hang out and wait for her friends. And I asked if that was going to be okay. She said, yeah, it's fine. Kids get dropped off early enough as it is, so it's not totally unusual for that to happen. It's just not usually that early that I drop her off. I do school runs every once in a while for her. I said, okay. Let her out. Have a good day. Love you. Thanks. Love you too.
But the sheriff would later say that video from the family's apartment complex told a much different story.
We have video evidence that shows Stefan Stearns discarding items in a dumpster in that apartment complex in Kissimmee at 7:35 on Monday, February 26th. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster.
At first, Stearns was charged with sex crimes related to Maddie. Investigators say they found about 1,700 images on Stearns' phone. Some showed things like bestiality, but court documents said many showed Stearns assaulting Maddie, sometimes when she appeared to be asleep. Stearns had asked for a lawyer as detectives questioned him, according to an investigative report. He and a deputy engaged in meaningless small talk as he was driven to jail in early March.
What kind of music you like?
That he plans to seek the death penalty against Stefan Stearns, the man who
You could see the overpass from where it was.
like classical
Whoops,
music?
my bad. Sorry. Who cares what music you like to listen to?
You're the first person that's ever
Casual
said
work.
classical music.
Oh, I don't know
In
what
late
to call it.
April, Stearns was finally charged with
Ew.
murdering Maddie Soto.
At this time, the only person being charged is Stephen Stearns. And again, this is not over. There is an ongoing investigation to uncover more evidence, and therefore we can't comment.
At the time, the state attorney said a decision had not yet been made on whether the death penalty would be sought against Stefan Stearns.
The death penalty in this case, we have not decided to what decision we're going to make in that case. We're going to continue those discussions going forward, and we'll let you know again when we make that decision as to whether we're going to seek the death penalty in this case.
Now that decision has been made, and the state attorney says the death penalty will be sought against Stearns. So let's get back to those aggravating factors that are necessary for the state attorney to seek the death penalty in a case. Joining me to discuss those is somebody who's very familiar with this. He's Palm Beach County State Attorney Dave Ehrenberg. He is not involved in the case. Dave, thanks for coming on. There are 4 filed for compensation due to Google taking place. So he was a de facto stepdad to her.
Yeah. And because of the facts that we know, and remember, the prosecutors probably have access to a lot more than we know, but even just based on the facts we know, it does look like he had custodial authority over Maddie, and that's why this aggravator exists and will be a cause for seeking the death penalty. Remember, all you need is 1, and they've got at least 4.
They say the third one, the capital felony, the murder, was especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel. As a state attorney, how do you make that determination? Some people would say that all murders are cruel and atrocious. So how do you fit that into that box of especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel?
HAC, as we call it, heinous, atrocious, and cruel, is used a lot by prosecutors when seeking the death penalty. And yes, there's always a matter of subjectivity there, but that's why you seek the death penalty in especially heinous cases. You know, it's not easy to get the death penalty. Before the recent changes in the law, you had to be unanimous. But now in Florida, you only need 8-4, but you have to be unanimous on at least 1 aggravator. So there are still some obstacles. And yes, the prosecutors can determine based on their discretion that certain crimes are so heinous, so atrocious, so cruel that it warrants the ultimate penalty. And I think the prosecutors made the right decision here.
Maddie had just turned 13 days before her murder, and she had celebrated her 13th birthday, we think, within hours of her murder. So does her age factor into that determination at all?
Yes, there's another aggravator that says if she's under 12, then it would be another aggravator for the death penalty. But the fact that she's still so young does come into the prosecutor's thinking that this is a particularly heinous, atrocious, and cruel crime. So you've got at least 4. There's another aggravator, which apparently is not being used by the prosecutors, which could still be on the table, which is that the killing was cold, calculated, and premeditated, or as we call it, CCP. Perhaps they don't have enough information to say that it was done with pre-planning, but that's another one that is often used by prosecutors. And apparently there's at least 1 more that they're using if they get a contemporaneous guilty verdict on other crimes that makes him a convicted felon. And that can be used even in the same trial that the current sexual abuse and murder are being tried for.
Yeah, and you bring that up, that 4th one. The defendant was previously convicted, according to the prosecution, of another capital felony or felony involving the use or threat of violence to the person. And then in parentheses, it says the current sex charges against Stearns, there are 60 of them, will serve as priors if he is convicted. So they're using that as the basis to seek the death penalty as well. Crimes for which he's charged and he's facing right now, but hasn't been convicted. But they must feel like they have him. They've got him on those. They have photographic evidence.
Correct. And under Florida law, you can give someone the death penalty, not just for murder, but also for a capital sex offense, which is unusual. I don't know of any other state that has that. And that could be ruled unconstitutional by the Supreme Court one day, where they could say that's a violation of the 8th Amendment, cruel and unusual punishment, because we're talking about a situation where you don't have to have someone dying under Florida law. If you commit some heinous sex acts against children, you are now eligible for the death penalty. And the verdict doesn't need to be unanimous in the penalty phase. It just needs to be unanimous on at least one aggravator, but you can vote 8-4 and still give someone the death penalty. This was all a reaction to the Nicholas Cruz case. You remember that's the case of the Parkland massacre, the guy who shot up the school. He was
right.
They tried to give him the death penalty, and he avoided the death penalty by a 9-3 vote from the jury, and that's what made Florida legislators decide to change the law.
Wow, Florida, way to go. So, this case is they and it is horrible, you guys. It is horrible. I kind of want to tell you about it, but I kind of don't know if I can go through all that. But, well, there's more to come, so just hang in there. Oh, also, what the hell, Jen? Why is she not in jail? What the hell's going on? She had to have known what's going on. You guys, if you read those papers, you'd have no doubt. Alright, thanks for watching my videos, and have a good one. Peace.
Hey bros, what's going on? This is Cotton. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.